good that the Linux community has been fairly positive towards new things, including the commercial efforts.
I'm from Brazil, and I would like to know what can we do to bring you to Brazil in May next year.
You coming to the VA party Wednesday night?
I will almost certainly be there, yes. Okay. But I need to go to bring coffee.
See you later.
I'm hearing that you're going shooting during the
Well, you come with us, man.
No.
Tell him Anita said hi, and I'm still working on my speed. Tell him that. He'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure a lot of the community is worried that, you know, these big enterprises, these big commercial vendors are not going to be able to give back to the community.
The thing is that people expect other people to be nice and take care of things, and I don't think that is true, and I don't think that it should be true, and I think the power of Linux is that even if nobody else helps you an inch of the way, you still have your own copy of Linux, and you still have your own power to do whatever you want. And that partly just because I want to avoid the politics of Linux. I want to be somebody that everybody agrees is a nice guy, and he doesn't bash it.
Next thing.
Just one last question.
Sure.
I'm from India. Do you get a lot of developers from India contributing to the kernel?
Not that many.
What is the message that you would like to give them so that you get more and more of them?
I think one of the problems is just infrastructure. They don't even necessarily have internet access, or they have very slow internet access. And I think that people are also maybe not used to do this collaboration on the internet, and they're kind of nervous, right?
Any message you want to give them, motivate them to get more of those developers?
I don't know what the issues are in India. There are going to be issues that are like local issues that Indians want to be able to do things that the American continent doesn't care about at all. And I think that's really motivational when somebody says, hey, I can solve this and I can make my own version of Linux and it will be better for me, right, as an Indian or as a just whatever person. And that's how you should be motivated, and whatever I say, you should not care.
You want to find out firsthand, Linus, what Indian problems are you working on?
I don't want one more. We did just one more.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
If you come down to India next time.
I will try to, but I will take a holiday.
I can give you one hand, take a picture for Dutch magazines. Okay. Are you planning on coming to the Netherlands?
The real value of Linux may be somewhere else than knocking Microsoft out. Linux was designed to run on a cheap hardware and to solve common problems. If you are poor, it is a real alternative, free of charge. Linux projects started in Europe and the United States. But by now, free software allows it to find ever more new programmers from new sources, from regions where computing is still in its infancy.
因为你也知道，中国这个整个在信息产业方面，在世界就比较落后啊，落后于世界这个发达国家有很大的距离。那么中国在发展过程中，希望尽快赶上去。那么赶上去的话，我们要有借助国外的很多经验。那么其中，比如说对于操作系统，我们是非常重视的。那么虽然原来我们基于像 Unix 我们也做了一些工作开发，但是由于在市场观念不对，我们这方面发展不是很好。那么 Linux 是一个很好的机会，给我们提供了可以学习世界上先进技术的这么一个基础。
And I think that this is the greatest transfer of wealth we may have ever seen between kind of the industrialized rich North. And, you know, I'll put Europe and the United States together in that, and the third world.
Open source 就是开发源代码。 我觉得这一点对很多人来讲是非常重要的。因为我毕竟是很喜欢哲学，所以我很多时候喜欢从哲学的这种角度来看，就是说，我觉得它是比较符合科学精神，就是说把这些知识共享，就不会有任何的隐瞒。就我觉得印象比较深是这些。
我在那个公众上面加个6服务器吧，起身说要。好啊。我加完了再跟你们说吧。OK。
其他领域，所以我从来不把它看作只是在这个电脑界里面才会有作用的。
You have basically one of the most privileged classes in capitalism, programmers. They can make so much money from working as programmers that they have the time to devote to their own hobbies. Programmers like Alan Cox, they could name their price. Here are these people who are at the top of the heap, and through the structure of transfer of intellectual property that they've come up with, they are transferring that wealth. It is socialism in action, even if the libertarians, are horrified whenever that is mentioned.
Open source projects have been compared to the way science is created. Science in itself doesn't make money. The wealth comes as a result of applications. For the open source hackers, developing Linux has traditionally been a science-like voluntary project, a hobby. Eventually, the best Linux hackers were enlisted. In 1999, during the dot-com boom, some of the Linux companies went public. Wall Street announced record-breaking value for Linux stock. Of course it didn't last, but for a period of time, some Linux hackers were filthy rich, on paper.
Just about everyone who was a core developer before all this hoopla about people making money doing Linux is that they've kept to their values in taking these jobs. Most of us, at least the ones that I keep in contact with, have a very cushy position and pretty much are doing all the Linux work they were doing before they had the job, and within the same levels of freedom as well. So I still got changes from people every day the same way I always did. I still submitted them to Linux the same way I always did before the IPO. Some of us are driving nicer cars than beforehand. That's the only difference. And maybe we're eating a little bit more sushi.
There are some people who got lucky, joined the right company at the right time, managed to participate in the IPO lottery. And there are some people who got millions of dollars, and there are some people who got billions of dollars. And, did those people actually contribute more to the company than those other people? In some cases, they just happened to contribute the right amount of investment money at the right time. And I think that's a generic problem. It's not unique to the open source community. And I don't know that we actually have a good solution for that.
Part of what I like about Silicon Valley is just that it's so dynamic and you can do anything here. And even the money-grabbing approach, I mean, even if it's slightly tasteless, especially when you come from Europe,